That shit don't got nothing to do with us. And we fell for it. Jesus, Muhammad, all of them motherfuckers didn't have nothing to do with us. But it was all stolen from our legacy. It's a difference in dogma versus spirituality. It's a difference in selling a motherfucker a dream that ain't gonna never fucking come true than it is for telling them how to get free, right? The codes are all in that book they call the Bible, but the Bible was never meant for mass dissemination. The Bible was originally meant to be read with the priests among the Catholics who was enforcing the contract, because these priests were what you call land barons. And the land barons is the landlords. And the lords over the land supposed to be these vice lords out of Chicago off the west side, right? And they supposed to initiate a Black Peakstone Ranger to traverse the land to make sure ain't no imposters on the land. And that jurisdiction goes to Malik Angel Bay. And all of this shit supposed to be sold together, wrapped up in a motherfucking package, and told to the people by the chairman of the board, who is the spokesperson for the collective of the chieftains, and they call him Larry Hoover. But why my people don't know this? This is where I'm fucked up at. Why we don't know this shit? It's in our face. They tell it to us in the movies. The rap artists tell it to you in the songs. The motherfucking blues singers was telling you back then, right? The jazz singers was telling you about the strange fruit. What's strange about that shit? They was all chiefs. Every chief ain't a man. They only kill strategically to keep us from ever realizing who we was. Because when the chief's on the land, it does something to the soul of the people. And when it does something to the soul of the people, motherfuckers start moving and they don't know what they doing. Some of them lash out at the chief for being the chief. Motherfucker, where you been? We been needing you for 200 years, 1,000 years. Why the fuck you just getting here? I'm gonna bust you upside your head for being late. Well, Johnny might come lately, but Johnny got to assess the terrain. He got to read the layout. In Art of War, it say, know your enemy, know yourself. Victory is assured. It also say in the Art of War, go not into war without assessment of the terrain, because you need to know if you're going to take the high ground or the low ground. You're going to either know if they're coming through the ravine or over the hills or through the valleys. If you don't know the terrain, you are at a distinct disadvantage. That's Art of War Basics 101. So when I'm traversing across the land and I'm meeting all of the people on the land and putting in my work, so witness everywhere I've been, because that's how we roll over here. Our culture is here, but it's somebody else's culture that don't belong laying on top of our shit. Right? Just giving gang, unity, God. So, how do I get this across to our people that these motherfuckers look like us, but they ain't us? I'm going to tell you how to know them. And some of your favorite activists was on their side and we didn't even know it. So their job was that at the end, if we don't know who we are, they were supposed to send us into a blind rage against their smoke and mirrors, cat's paws, or what we call pale-skinned Europeans. And they was going to be the ones telling us to kill him and shed his blood, because that's what they do everywhere they go. You are not my father, you are your father, a thief. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. Remember that? They talking about Enlil. Go back to the Old Testament and look at the dirt he was doing. So they already telling us that they own some bullshit. Right? But we not seeing who they are. So they trying to steer our perception using racism, sexism, classism, miseducation, right, and media to mislead us down the wrong path on purpose. Sooner or later, one of these chiefs gonna have to tell y'all what's going on the land. It's time to give y'all what we call the gorilla knock for Larry Hoover, right? Which is the hardest knock it is. That means everybody knocking. Now, I can't tell y'all what to do. We already did a cyber parade. We fucked up their algorithms. That's why they pretending to go to war in the Middle East using footage out of wars why they pretending to go to war in Europe while they using the footage from the wars from the Middle East. But we ain't paying that. We not watching that. We not that perceptive. We don't see that the news, mainstream media, is using old Slobodan Milosevic footage to tell us that it's a war. We not seeing that they making whole fucking movie sets. The windows ain't even broke, but the car's flipped over. Those little subtleties we don't catch. My job is to catch that shit and point it out. So I got to figure out, because now I did everything I could to let y'all know was how to get the imposters off the land. They know who the chiefs is. When we start calling relentlessly for the chiefs, then these motherfuckers gonna crumble. But in the meantime, it's in slow roll motion. That means that it's a tall building falling. It look like it's falling slow until that motherfucker hits you or you try to escape it. Right? We looking at this shit play out. All these motherfucking puppet masters behind the scenes. But we not seeing what they telling us, because we watching the distraction of the mainstream media, but the citizen news is still reporting this shit. Trump's still telling you he the president. He's still telling you that it was a fraud in place. He's still telling you they got caught. We got at least 3 states to decertify the election, right? Which is enough to do a full-fledged investigation, but the investigation was already a carryover from the Obamas and the Bushes. And Obama was George Herbert Walker Bush's favorite little African, his favorite little jungle bunny, right? And he was the leader of the Illuminati on our side of the water from North and South America, Central America. It was his brainchild to make one currency called the Amero. Look it up, right? They wanted to do a NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, right? That's so that they can consolidate this whole region under George Herbert Walker Bush, and he got caught, and that's why on the note that he left, he said they know everything, motherfucker, because we don't need pen and paper to tell the message and to get the message from the other chiefs. We all know what's going on the land. Spook by the door, motherfuckers. He gonna tell us what everything y'all got going on the inside. The spook by the door feeding that information to the chiefs on the land. You think Geronimo Pratt was just named Geronimo because it sound cool? Geronimo researched y'all shit from asshole to appetite. You should have never put him in there and motherfucker let him on the inside, stupid motherfuckers. You don't never give a strategist the motherfucking keys to strategy and think he just gonna lay down and take that shit. He gonna pass the message where it need to be, and it's gonna get where it gotta go when it need to be there. Right? So, Asada and the BLA, they was, that's her shit. But you can't use the enemy's method to evict the enemy, because then you are playing the game by his rules. This is our rules. Each one teach one. We all gonna reach some. You can tell it how you want to tell it, but we gonna tell it how it is. These sisters, y'all got the power. It's starting to warm up. White dresses, fresh water. Call Mama Oshun. Because in order for Oshun to come in, Motherfucking Ogun gonna kick this bitch clean down. When y'all start doing them freshwater rituals, 369, 3 adolescent girls pre-puberty, 6 in the mid-range, and 9 beyond menopause. 369. Activate that motherfucking energy on their ass and bust them upside their head and do it on your terms when you feel like how you feel like doing it. Big Mama home. She waiting on y'all to wake up and realize that she home. But ain't nobody knocking on her door. So you got everybody, all Big Brother and them just sitting there waiting. They can't do nothing till y'all activate the motherfucking role. Y'all got to call them. You know? The motherfuckers relentless on this free Larry Hoover shit. And free Larry Hoover mean free Chief Malik Angel Bay. And free Larry Hoover mean free all political prisoners. Free Larry Hoover mean free Malachi York. Free Larry Hoover mean free Mumia. Free Larry Hoover mean bring Assata Shakur home. Free Larry Hoover mean restore the matriarchy. Free Larry Hoover mean secure the children. We got traitors in the mix. They in our community. They look like us, but they ain't us. And all you got to do is watch. Because they going to badmouth the righteous and they going to fall in the aftermath. So when they putting people's name on their lip, if they don't understand what they doing, let them suffer the motherfucking wrath. And I don't care how y'all get it. I want the smoke. But we brain banging now. So I got to enlighten y'all to some things y'all never thought to look at. And right now, it's the reality of the matter is that the painted pictures of George Washington is nothing but beardless pictures of Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike from Morals and Dogma. And also, he got a couple more what you call pseudonyms. See, that's how they get y'all, with pseudonyms, fake names, switching, take the beard on, take the hair off. Put the hair on, take the beard off. Oh, switcheroo ass motherfuckers. Flip the mirrors and they can't hide. Right? Because there's just key factors. And all this shit, if it don't match, if it don't fit, what Johnny Cochran say? If it don't fit, you must acquit. This is why they keep this George Washington Memorial in the forefront of the people's mind, because it's something there. It's something there. What is it? It's the flag. It's our flag. That fucking 5-pointed flag, star flag from the Moorish Science Temple is not the real flag. The facsimile of the flag, the United Nubian Nations got that motherfucker. So if anybody know a young elder, tell him Malachi say, roll out the lecture on the flag. That's what he need to do for Pops. Baba Yanun say, roll out the lecture on the flag so they can understand that they stole our flag and gave us a false flag attack on a series of false flag attacks. They could never honor a treaty in the first place because we never signed any treaties. We've been at perpetual war. We've never been to a negotiating table, us. Or the feather wearing motherfuckers. Right? So all of this shit they doing. So we went into a conjure war with the Moors, the conquistadors, the Moorish Zionist Jews. We went to a conjure war. And during the conjure war, George Washington, Albert Pike, motherfucking Scottish Rite usurpers came in because they knew we'd have amnesia until the end. And they was trying to solidify their position using the Roman keys of Babylonian money magic and bloodletting rituals and simulated blood-sucking acts. And they the vampires, but we the ones that wear the wolves. And we ain't never had no motherfucking peace. right? So this is the Ukrainian flag is to point your ass to the Barbados flag where George Washington from. And once you realize that George Washington was a mulatto from Barbados and he was of olive tone brown hue, that he could not possibly be this pale motherfucker they paint telling us is George Washington. And the George Washington from Barbados last name wasn't Washington but Wachita, right? And he was one of the Yamasee mound builders, and then they didn't replaced him as John Hanson. That's where the trick came in. Because the fake John Hanson picture, the pale guy, is another rendition of an Albert Pike face-off, where he took his face off, shave his beard at a different age. They fucking tricked the shit out of us, y'all. They tricked us so good that we arguing among ourselves that we the same motherfuckers that came over here and invaded us when we the ones got invaded. We will bloodthirstily fight each other. We had to take their shit over just like they was trying to take ours over. They not gonna never win that conjure shit. This is the home of the voodoo. The Bird Clan. Hovering through. This is a motherfucking Raven production. The Blackbird. Who got the message from the Bluebird. On the knock to the knockback, on the flip to the turnaround off of tarot reading Oracle. Y'all motherfuckers. Woo, they got us good. They got us so good, I have to admire the genius of their deception and the effect that it had on our people. I can't believe they was this motherfucking good and got us fighting for everything that ain't gonna serve us. We can't get reparations because we already at home, right? We can't get reparations because slavery never really actually happened like they told us. We didn't come on no fucking ships. So we not eligible. That's why the Japanese got it after World War II. That's why the motherfuckers in Germany gave it to the so-called Jews after World War II. We not eligible. You know what we eligible for? Season every goddamn thing from pole to pole, from prime meridian to prime meridian, 360 around this bitch. We can seize all that because we the earthborn. Anything on earth, possession is 9/10 of the law, right? And position is 9/10 of the game. So 9 over 9 mean that shit is a whole. So we in possession and position. We in position by right. That means that we fall on the right hand of the mother. These stupid motherfuckers fall on the right hand of the father. The father don't run this bitch down here. But he run this bitch for mama. Y'all didn't even catch that. The father don't run shit down here. But he run this bitch for mama. So any of y'all getting mama way have to deal with the father. And when you got to deal with the father, you not dealing with no regular motherfuckers. We the elders now. I'm the wrong nigga to put the elder title on because that's when the baby, take over the elders who failed the game. Hey, the feathers. It's Thanksgiving. You can't take nothing from us. But we can take all this shit from y'all. This our shit. But as long as we ain't understanding that this is our shit, then we subject to let you pretend to be in power just a little while longer until the people wake up. But this is a done deal. Don't ask me. Send your motherfucking channel 2, 4, and 7 news to go talk to Minister Farrakhan and ask them how long they got. He can tell you to the minute. Because the Grand Matriarch got a day to show. And before she's so, we got to see 3 kings. He married to her, the highest ranking matriarch on the land. So send him to ask, catch motherfucking Mustafa, hey, when your mama gonna take this shit back? Send your reporters from the Washington Post and the New York Times and the LA Times, from the Chicago Sun-Times and any other Times you can find, to go ask them. This shit is over with. The imposters has been crushed at their own motherfucking game. The deception has been overturned. Inside out. That shit was turned into compost. Now we finna reap the flowers. They should have never dumped shit on no farmers because we know what to do with shit. But they keep saying these country boys is dumb. We ain't dumb. We just move at a whole other frequency than you motherfuckers, and we seem out of place to y'all. But we far from dumb. Right? I don't have a country draw.